everyone, and welcome to our Quick Collect V2 webinar today. Sandy and I are very excited to take you through what our new version of Quick Collect looks like and how to use it. The reason we do refer to this as a V2 is we did have an earlier version of Quick Collect that we had a few customers running, and this one has really expanded on the setup options, making it much more user-friendly. You can set your own schedules. There's all kinds of things that you're going to hear about today that you can do with it. So excited to roll out the Quick Collect version 2. I don't think I introduced myself. So I am Cheryl Simmons. I'm the one speaking at this point, and we have Sandy, who is presenting our slides, as well as she'll be driving our demo when we get to that portion as well. But we're both here at IS and excited to roll this out to you. I also want to just call out that we also have a questions pane and a chat pane. So if you have a question as we're going through today, talking about this new product, please jot it in there and we'll answer those as we can. As well as if you just have a comment or can't find the question pane, you can use the chat pane, either one. We'll be looking at both of those as we go through the webinar today. So let's get started. Let's go to our slide, Sandy, that really talks about what is Quick Collect V2. And Quick Collect is really geared to reminding those customers that have that past due sitting on your customer accounts. And I know no one likes to make those phone calls to say, Shirley, I see you have $1,000, and it's 60 days overdue, please pay it. Because what sometimes you find out is they're like, oh, can you resend me that invoice? I need to look at it. And yep, I'll get that, taken care of, right? They just kind of need that friendly reminder. Well, that is what Quick Collect is all about. You can, with all of your setup options, you can choose at what point do you want an email sent out to the customer. And then the template that we send out, you can actually, put what you want into the body of the email that's sent as that reminder. It sends it out to the customer, and again, it just gives them the information that they need, as well as asking them to take action, right, to pay up that past due invoice. And again, nobody has to pick up the call and call them because nobody likes to do those phone calls. Totally get it. But these, you can customize your messages, decide when you want those invoices sent out. Is it when they're 30 days past due, 60 days, as their little reminder, and then how often. I'm hoping that you don't send the invoice information out every day that they're late, but maybe, every 15 days or every 30 days. Again, you get to decide that as part of the setup option. And so really easy to use, and Sandy's gonna walk us through a demo of how to do all the setup. And again, it's one window from a setup as well as the task scheduler, getting that information in there, and then it just automatically runs for you. Don't have to do anything else to make it run through the system for you. So very, very fun, easy tool once it's installed, a few minutes to do the setup portion and away you go. And we also have the ability to enable or disable. So of course you want to start out, getting all your setup information in and then turn it on. And you can also do a test to make sure it's working correctly before you turn it on to start sending out emails for those invoices that are late. So I think, Sandy, let's take a look at the product.
Okay.
That's what everybody wants to see, I know it.
Yeah.
So jump on in there.
Good. Okay. So normally, I really wouldn't focus on setup in a webinar, but with Quick Collect, that's essentially what there is, because once it's set up, it's hands off. So one of the things you have to do for setup, as Cheryl mentioned, is creating a scheduled task in the Windows Task Scheduler window. So I have one here I created for Quick Collect, and we'll just look at this quick, a couple things here. So you can set it up to run daily if you wanted, probably not, more likely weekly, bi-weekly, monthly. And so you can see I have mine set up to run, well, every Tuesday. And so you can adjust that how you want it. And the other thing is, it's set to start a program. So what it does is runs this Quick Collect service executable that is is part of the install once you've installed Quick Collect. And so it'll just do that every, in my case, week. and then it'll look for accounts with past due invoices and send those emails. So again, that's one piece, is this scheduled task. And then here in GP, this is the quick collect setup window. And again, you do have to enable it. So if you want it to run for one company but not another, you can do that because you enable it for each of your company databases. The next field here is how many days past due do you want an invoice to be before it's included in the quick collect process. Then we have the minimum dollar amount to include. So I have it, if it's under $25, don't bother. You can set that where you want it. Next is the grace period. So let's say we send out collection emails today, and we keep track in a table of the date those were sent. And then if we get to be, in my case, more than 15 days after that, and the next time that scheduled task runs, if we're past that, then it would send it again. If those invoices are still past due, it'll check that to see if they've been paid or not, and then would send them if they're still past due. And Cheryl mentioned we include a template with the install. So this is just a path to that. And again, you can update the verbiage in there to have it be whatever you want. This is the subject line in our email, and then just some technical stuff on your server type, if it's Exchange or SMTP, the address, the port, the email address that it's going to be sent from. I'm just using mine here, but you might have one like a no reply email or whatever that you decide to have your quick collect emails sent from. And then Cheryl mentioned there's a test mode. So once you have things set up and you just want to see if it's working before you're actually sending anything, you can mark this and put in an email address and run it either by manually hitting that executable or making your scheduled task run, and then you'll get just a test email to make sure that it's working correctly. But I'm going to shut that off because when it's marked as test mode, then it won't work for regular quick mail. So I'm going to unmark that. And then the next thing I was going to show you is we have a customer exclude window. So if there's particular customers that they're some of your best customers, they always pay on time, you don't want to bother them with these, you can exclude them, and you can do it individually by customer, or we could do, like if there's a particular class of customers you want to exclude from it. I'm going to hit redisplay here after I picked a class, and then I could mark them all if I want, or I could mark an individual one or two, whatever I want here. So like that. And so then these customers that are excluded won't ever receive quick collect emails. So that's that setup. I'll save there. One last thing for setup is, so when the emails get sent, they go to the person in the contact field here on the customer address maintenance. So you want to make sure you have contacts set up for all of your customer addresses to which you might be sending quick collect emails. So any that are not excluded. And then also the email it uses is from in here, the Internet Information window. Okay.
Which is great because that's the one GP always uses, right? So if you have this, email addresses already set up for statements or sending out other things, you already probably have these addresses on the customer's account. So it's good that it uses both. So thanks, Sandy.
Yeah, very true. Thank you. Okay, so that is all the setup. Your scheduled task, the quick collect setup, any customers you want to exclude, and then making sure that they have contact information and email addresses. And then you're ready to roll with quick collect. And so I am going to go ahead and just manually run the executable that scheduled task would run for us, okay? So I'll just double click on this and it'll run, and it'll look for any that are, fit those criteria we had in the setup, whether it at least 30 days past due, the invoice amount's at least $25, and we haven't emailed them about it already for at least 15 days. And so you can see I've got stuff coming in here to my inbox because I had them all, they're sent from me, but also some of them are sending to me. So let's go look at one of those. Let's see. So this one, we can see, let me just open that up here. We've got 5 invoices here for a total, it totals the amount up here for us. And where it's pulling that from, if we looked like in receiving transaction entry, let's see if I have the same, yeah, I do. So this is the same customer here, customer 101. So I just put in a range from like a month back to the beginning of this year. And that is, where it's pulling those from. So if any of these get paid between now and, in my case, the next 15 days, when this email gets sent again, those would not be included in it. Or if they're all paid, customer 101 wouldn't get any email from us. But that's, really how easy it is. Those got sent automatically, and our, our customers know that they have invoices due to us, and it's essentially hands off once you have it set up, unless you want to make any changes to the setup.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Cheryl.
I was just going to add, and in the template, you could have, if there's like EFT instructions or how you want them to pay out, or if you want them to call you to pay by credit card or whatever steps they need to do, you could include that as part of that template, right? To make sure that, they know what to do, knowing that they have those invoices outstanding.
Yeah, very true. And then I was also just going to show here, this is the table where we store the information after it gets sent. So this is our Quick Collect Invoice Log Table. And so this is all the invoices that were past due and the date we sent them. So this is the date it looks at for that grace period. So once we're to, today plus 15 days, if it still hasn't been paid, the next time that scheduled task runs, they would get notified about it again. So that's pretty much it. Cheryl, is there anything else you think I missed here to show about Quick Collect?
Nope, I think that's good. Showing the emails and everything that gets sent. If you want to jump back to the slides.
Yeah, let's see. Here we go. Let me get to the next.
Doing that, there we go. So for those of you interested in getting Quick Collect, our sales team can certainly help you out with that. You can, and there's a slide, I'll show that in just a minute, but I know that was kind of a question of how do you get the tool? And so we'll work with our sales team on getting that out, as well as from an implementation standpoint. I know Sandy talked about there's a few different things that you need to do, and us here at IS, in particular, Sandy can help you out with the implementation of the products as well on any of our products, not just the Quick Collect. So kind of keep that in mind of if you want assistance, we can certainly help make sure that happens. So, the other, we have tons of wsTOOLS available, and this is just one of them. And if you want to see any of them, there are little, what I call 2-minute snippets out there of what is the tool, how does it work. Those are all out on our site, so certainly take a look at those, and we'll be adding more and more to that all the time, so keep your eyes out for that. As far as our services go here at IS, we do support, consulting, training, and we train on the different tools as well as we do development. And that would be, again, from a tools perspective, wsTOOLS that we talked about today, as well as we do customs for customers as well. So if you have questions on any of that, please let us know. On the next slide, we have the sales@iscorp.biz. That's where you can reach us if you have questions about any of our tools or want to see more in-depth demo on any of them, or purchase them, try them, those type of things. We can do that. And again, there's our website there for going out and seeing what all the services are, as well as going out into the section to see more about the wsTOOLS. So I think that's it. Sandy, anything else on your end?
No, you covered it. So thank you
Excellent.
everyone for joining us today.
Yeah, we greatly appreciate you jumping on with us and kind of walking through what is Quick Collect, how will it work, how would it work for you, and definitely be a time saver for you. Because I do think with those collection calls, right, nobody's jumping up and down, raising their hand to take them. So
Yeah.
this kind of does that gentle prodding that you want to have happen in order to get those customers to pay those overdue invoices. So a great for you spending time with us. We greatly appreciate it. And just reach out to us if you have any questions. Thanks, guys. Have a great day.